Ever since I was a child, I have known that the body I was born into, the gender I was assigned, and the name I was given have not felt as mine. My mother soon found out that the toys which she selected for her boy did not interest me, and she tried to accept me as I was to the best of her abilities. It was more difficult with my father. In high school, I started wearing makeup and tried to find myself through clothes as well. The situation at home then became unbearable. One evening, I came home after having a drink in the city. My father was waiting for me in the living room and started to interrogate me. He insulted me, saying that I was a freak, a common fag, and that I was a joke. He screamed at me angrily, pushed me to the wall, grabbed my neck so hard that I was about to choke. I was barely able to loosen his grip, and then I ran away. I didn't want to go back home, so I moved to my friend's house. They always accepted and supported me, and I was able to talk to them about everything. When I walk down the street, people are always looking at me, staring at my chest, and analyzing my body. I have to deal with insults and hostility time and again. People call me names, particularly men, who often shout at me, asking me what exactly I am, grabbing their crotches and saying they will show me. People constantly talk to me using male gender, even though I am a woman, even if I correct them. They do not apologize and continue to use the male form. Sometimes people treat me as their study case or doll whose skirt they can lift and check out what's underneath. They constantly ask me what is between my legs, whether my breasts are real, which my real gender is, and what my real name is. Even though I tell them my name and which pronoun to use, it never matters. It is like there is another reality more real than mine. When I completed high school, I was anxious to get a job since I did not want to go back to school. I experienced too much rejection from my peers. Neither did the teachers support me as they should have. Once it happened that girls dragged me into the bathroom after gym and launched sanitary pads and tampons at me while screaming when my period is due. Since I was a girl, it was awful. I felt humiliated. When I went to the teacher and told her what had happened, she said I had to get used to it, that such things would always happen to me because I was different, and that I would just have to suffer in silence. So I started looking for a job, but the majority of interviews ended badly. Either they didn't want anything to do with me or they made fun of me. I stopped going to interviews. I was completely broke. I couldn't get a job no matter what I did. One day, a friend invited me to beat the street with her. She said that she was making good money and the work was not that hard. Men are easy to control. I mostly worked at night, in secluded areas. It happened sometimes that a guy was either too drunk or too violent and I didn't want to be with them. But it didn't matter. If I said no, it happened that a guy dragged me into an alley, knocked me down, pressing a knife against my neck while he was raping me and hissing in my ear, "If you are a woman, then give men what belongs to them." After this event, I didn't return to the street for a couple of months, but in the end, I had no other option. The possibility of getting a job is so slim that I simply don't have the energy to continue searching.